Alright, so I'm actually sitting out back of my home. Simple, inelegant. I love it. Sunday morning coffee, here we are again. I shot one earlier. I didn't actually have any coffee in the house. And because of how everything happened yesterday, I didn't have the shop truck here to go run, and I don't drive girls' car. I left myself stranded. Jerry, the shop had a control module go out of his little S10. So I just left the shop truck so he could get around. Had the part delivered to him. It was the right part, but I wanted to make sure he had a means to get around. I wasn't going much of nowhere. Alright, it's Sunday. I'm going to tell you this week was a disappointment. Last week was a minor disappointment. I had some issues. I had some plans to get those issues taken care of. We were implementing those plans. Things were going on the low side of reasonable at very least. Then I had some damages get accrued on Wednesday. I'm down to one guy now, and not the two that you've met. I've let them go. One of them, you know, the hardest part when it comes, you know, if somebody's just a jackass, a dipshit, you know, fire, you get the fuck out of here, just leave, get down the fucking road. But the guys that were in there, they cared. They genuinely cared about what they were doing. They just weren't cutting it. And then, you know, we were going, you know, trading 5 hours for every man hour that was billable. On some days, you know, that gets a little excessive. But, you know, gold bricking, okay, that pisses me off. But even beyond pissing me off is damages. Can't have damages occurring. Well, no matter how much a guy cares, no matter how much he shows up to do and go, if they're so heavy-handed they damage everything they touch, you gotta part company. So that's what I did. And the one feller, pardon me, you know, there's some legitimate rationale, some legitimate reason he is the way he is. Not just environmental, but medical. And I was working with him very diligently because he's got a heart of gold. He just can't seem to walk through a shop without destroying something. The other gent would make a hell of a helper for somebody, but I can't have a shop full of helpers with nobody for them to help. It was going to be a reprimand and then a step back. And then I found more damage around the shop as I walked around Wednesday. I can't have people fucking up cars, fucking up projects. Slow is one thing. Redoing something is an entirely different thing. So that's where the shop went. I got one new young lad. He shuts his fucking mouth. He does his fucking job. He does reasonable work. But when he fucks up, he's fucking up at full speed, and he's not fucking up to the detriment of the shop. It's, oh, I didn't get that actuator rod connected to the handle. Let me pop that door panel off. I'll wrestle with it for 20 minutes and get it back on. We're working on a Durango right now. All we're doing is flopping parts, okay? He's playing hell getting this one door to work and do everything it's supposed to when he gets the door panel on. But by the time he's done turning this door panel off and putting it on, he'll be a master at door panels and your Ford style with the hooks. That's what those Durangos have. I know it's a Dodge, but that's what brings me to mind. First time I ran into those panel hooks like that were on Fords. he'll have mastered it. So we'll get done with that, get it out. You know, we just got collisions and bike parts and just dumb shit that you don't want to see again. You can only watch me shoot so many fenders. You can only watch me put lead in so many gas tanks. They're all the same damage, right on the fucking side of the tank. Big old goose egg. You pull out everything you can, then you let over the rest. There you go, gas tank. So I'm not going to get into a lot of those. Those are the ones I'll pop in and just show you what we're doing instead of showing you the process. The world's falling apart, it looks like. I never understood that. I want to make one statement and I'm going to leave it there. I'm just going to set it out there. I've got good friends and family. And not all that family is by blood. It's family that aren't pasty white Irish folk like me. Okay? We're coming to a point in our socio and economic environment that, one, it's almost impossible to start new businesses to create jobs. Government sector don't create jobs. Government sector takes. That's all the government does is take. It takes from what you, me, and every other blue-collar motherfucker are doing. Somehow this situation got spun into a black-white thing, and I don't understand that. I don't even use those terms in my household. My children aren't allowed to use those terms. People is people. Alright, so from there, it's not so much a factor of a black versus white issue, it's a state versus you issue. And if you stand idly by why somebody that doesn't look like you is getting shot down in the streets, dragged away and show up at precinct fatally injured, who's going to stand up for you when they come after your ass? It's turning into a fascist police state. It's opinion. That's all it is. I'm moving on. Brady's. Darren, thank you so much for the call. I never got an opportunity to call you back. I'm just now where I got a moment to have peace and I'm shooting footage, hitting the record button. Darren gave me a holler down at the shop the other day and I wasn't able to stop and talk very long. Shop's been very busy, even though I fired everybody. It just made it busier. If you want to see indomitable spirit, if you want to see that guy that just keeps getting up and plodding along, plodding on, a family that keeps on getting up and plodding on, go look at the Brady's. That's what everybody should strive to be like. Darren's always there to lend a hand, give advice, chew an ass if it's required. Tactfully, well put, well thought, but chew an ass if it's required. Go look at them. Those are the role models for the week, in my opinion. I don't know. It's heartfelt. Darren took the time out of his day to call and congratulate me on my little baby girl. She's a week and 2 days old now. And just as amazing as it gets. Our littlest one, Liam, he's 3. He's Crystal's little boy. And he goes from loving sister to hating sister. My children, they're 7 and 10, and they're pretty okay with it. I think it's kind of neat. So that's kind of that. We got quite a large tribe going on now. Kind of sewn ourselves into a corner. We got a little PT Cruiser that used to fit the 5 of us. Now it's the 6 of us. It doesn't work well with all the car seats and everything. So I'm going to try to pick up wrecked SUV and put it back together soon. Gosh, moral of the story. Sometimes despite how much you like someone, you got to set them aside and move on without them. It's hard professionally, it's hard personally, but if that relationship, if that circumstance is toxic or counterproductive, you definitely got to rethink it. You know, I've come to a position now, right or wrong, I've come to a position now in my life that everybody that walks through my door is suspect. What are you trying to take from me today? I don't like feeling that way, but I also got to make sure there's food on my table. Someone comes in that's trying to take food off my table, I send them right back out the door, whether it's a worker or a potential customer that wants something for nothing. It happens a lot. Goodness me, I think we covered almost everything. Jerry, my buddy Jerry, I told you, his little S10 died. He's actually going on a vacation soon, so he's trying to get it up and running so he can leave. I think he got it though. It was, I think the coil shot the control module. It's a little 93 S10 with a 4.3. So I think the ignition coil, it's now replaced and new. I think it malfunctioned and it arced the control module and fried it. He moved the bus out. The bus is actually out in our parking area now, which is wild because as we move stuff around, even with the bus in our parking area, because we get half that back lot, we got more space than we did before. It's trippy. But we'll keep on plugging away on those things. With the bus out, I ran around with a tape measure and a can of spray paint, and I plotted out. So now I've got where I'm going to cubicle off an office. I'm not going to build an office. I'm just going to cubicle it off so it's separate but open to the shop. So I can throw a countertop and the fridge and microwave and coffee pot and all those things, and I can catch people when they come in, because walking across my shop, it's a serious gauntlet some days. I figured out where I'm going to drop the big welding table. I'm going to have a big open area, like 16 by 30 or 40, just for metal work, which is nice. It's basically as big as my shop I started in, the area-wise. And then I got it broke up where I can stack them in 2 deep for metalwork projects, which I've got. I got to get those grinding away. I got 5 projects that are going to take metalwork right now, just sitting there, that aren't mine. And then 1 bay where I can fit 2 cars for body work and wash and all that jazz, which will open up my central corridor again. Because right now that central corridor is choked up with trash, cars, miscellaneous stuff we haven't got organized anywhere. So we'll be working on that. That'd probably be the most interest to most folks. How am I using this space? I got 5,000 feet, but I got a lot going on in that 5,000 feet. I did have an interesting quandary come up this week. I'll throw this out there for committee. A fellow by the name of Chris Cope. He is one hell of a painter in this area. He does hydrographics. He's got a huge building. From what I understand, he went in with a couple other guys in their enterprises and they kind of punked out. He's paying a gob of money and he's just tired. He's wore out. He's wore down. He had a huge shop doing far more volume than I do. He pared down once and just worked by himself doing motorcycles. We're talking a painter, body guy painter that's pulling in 22 plus for a basic on a Harley 10s. Couple fenders and a tank. So he's got the reputation, he's got the following. But he came in this week looking for space. Wants somewhere to put up his commercial booth that he's got and basically work part-time. I don't think I can do it. Even having a great painter around, as much of a benefit that would be, I think he's going to take my operation backward. But it's definitely food for thought. If he was looking for someone to pare down with and just go balls out and make shit happen, that'd be a different story. Because him being, you know, a good body guy and hell of a painter, you know, I can do metal work, I can do body work. Those are things that I'm very well versed at. That's where my skill sets lie. So there's that. I may get a hold of him and sit down and talk again. I don't know. Weird happenings, just weird shit's going on. You know, when that kind of attention is drawn to the shop, I don't know. I just don't know if it's a good fit. It'd be a marriage, you know, and how would that work? How would that work? So I'm going to get off here. I'm going to go in, put this video up, hang out with my kids. They don't know it yet, but we got like 1,000 water balloons, so we're going to fill up 50 or 60 of them and let them go nuts here in a little while. Yeah, right now I'm just tired. I spent half my week depressed, just fucking depressed. Sick to my stomach, depressed. And I'm pulling that back out. Got some good rest finally. Moving forward, it is what it is, and the sooner you can stop doing the what ifs or whys and just look around and take inventory of what you got and move forward, the better off you're going to be, by my experience. I get dealt a couple heavy blows this week. But it's not going to stop me. It's not going to slow me down. It made me stutter step this week. But we shall proceed. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Gobs of shit in the shop right now. No video-worthy bullshit, okay? It's just dumb shit. Car lot type stuff and motorcycle parts and nothing of valid interest. I got footage in the kitty that I need to get edited out. I haven't had time. I haven't had time. I don't even get to watch you guys' videos anymore, which bums me out. You know, Street Rodder, Darren, Pete, Greg. Those are the main ones I've watched for a long time. And even Street Rodder's hit or miss. I really dig Kenny. He's just a super cool guy. So in my absence, go over check them out. Give them some props, because fuck yeah, they're doing it. They're making it happen. But past that, I don't even know. There's some other great videos out there, and you guys know who you are. You know, Sean, the Velvet Hammer. I can't even run the list down. It's been so long since I've looked through my 100 and some subs that, you know, I can't even begin to catch up with everybody that's subbed to me. And I like to see what's going on out there. It's just difficult. I got something I'm building, and it takes more time than you can believe. And when you get home, your head's so blown up, you got to sit for 2 hours just to get that sorted out, and then finally get a few hours of sleep. But I've been going in between 8 and 9, staying there till 8 or 9. Didn't leave a lot of personal time. Come home, take care of chores that, you know, that I take care of around the house. Spend some time with the kids, and then next thing you know, it's fucking bedtime in the morning. And I'm going to start going in earlier. I think I'm going to start rolling in there about 7 o'clock. And just start getting the shit moving around. Alright, I'm out. You have a good one.